Hi everyone, how are you? I am so excited that you're here, that you're a part of this presentation. Um, all about Pinterest marketing strategies and how you can use it to get started so you can make those connections with your audience, with your community, generate leads like a boss, make some sales. I'm here to teach you all about that, and I'm so excited. I'm glad that you are at the point in in your business where you really want to learn how to use Pinterest best. Um, this is such a powerful platform, and I know that you're going to enjoy it. So I'm really excited that I get to be the one to educate you and help you to understand this platform. So let's get started to the presentation. My name is Christina, and I'm going to teach you about Pinterest marketing. So like I said, want to welcome everybody for being here, for taking the time out of your day to be a part of this. I know everything is, a bit crazy for everyone, and that you're here to learn. I really want to thank you. So before we start, just grab a pen, grab a notebook, because you're going to want to take some notes. And I'm going to be deep diving into quite a few things. Um, we're going to be deep diving into a lot of information, and I really want you to be able to grab your notes so we can always reference back to things for you. So I encourage you to ask questions. If there's something that you need a better understanding on, let me know. You can always email me. I will have my information at the end that you're free to email me. You're free to DM me on Instagram. If you need a further understanding of things, my channels of communication are open because I really am here to help you. So you are in the right place. If you really want to grow your influence, build your awareness, and position yourself as an expert in your niche, you want to attract your dream audience on Pinterest by connecting more with them through your content, and you really want to grow your business in a way that feels authentic to you, doesn't have to feel slimy or salesy. It doesn't have to feel like you're chasing after leads. Pinterest is the platform for you, and you are in the right place. So, I have a few questions for you. Have you ever wanted to generate traffic on autopilot without that hustle? I'm pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure I can guess the answer for you. And if you haven't, why do you feel like you haven't achieved that in your business? Why haven't you achieved that freedom of knowing that you don't have to be at in that hustle mode all day, every day, 24/7. Think about that because that's going to help you to really understand why you feel like you have to be on certain platforms all the time to make those connections as opposed to being on Pinterest. I know you just want the clients and the sales and all of that good stuff to come to you for once. I know because I've been there. And I know that feeling. You're putting in all this hard work, you're putting in all this energy, and you're not seeing the return. And that's hard. That's hard mentally as a business owner because you know how committed you are. You know how passionate you are, and you're putting in all this work, but with Pinterest, you can get that. You can get the clients and the sales coming to you, not only once, twice, three times, thrice, however it's named, you can get the clients coming to you. Now, this is a big question a lot of people ask is what role does Pinterest play in today's social media marketing environment? It's a huge one. Pinterest has actually been the third most popular and dominating social media outlet in the world. And this was from a recent statistic. Pinterest actually beat out Snapchat and a few other social media channels because the platform is so powerful. It's so powerful because business owners recognize that they can be on a platform where there's no swipe up feature. There's no competition to get the most likes. There's no, competition to get the most followers or, be in the high ranking hashtags. Now, I don't want to make it sound like I'm bashing a certain platform, Instagram, because I use it a lot for my own business. And I've made connections with um, community members, audience members through Instagram and Facebook and, all the other social media channels. But There is no competition on Pinterest, and that's what I love. And I want to leave that with you. If you feel like you have to learn a new social media outlet because not only is everybody on it, but because now you feel like you have to do everything and all the things that everybody else is doing, no, Pinterest is not like that at all. And I'm going to continue to show you. Pinterest, when Pinterest users are on the platform, they are discovering. They're in an inspiration mode. They're seeking answers to their solutions that you have. You have those answers. You can help somebody learn how to, you know, create the most delicious organic meals for their family because they're living in a community where they don't have access to that. And you want to teach someone, hey, these are the ways that I've shopped for organic meals for my family, and this is what you can prepare. These are the sort of things that people are now gravitating to Pinterest for because everybody's in an inspiration mode. People are in a discovery mode. This is the big thing, okay, that I want to leave with you when it comes to Pinterest users. Do know that Pinterest is there to help you. Pinterest is not trying to make your life difficult in any way. Yes, it's a new platform to learn and to use, but Pinterest is there to help you. Bring in your audience, really help them to connect with you and your message. And so they could come and see your website, your landing page, your Instagram page, anything that you have that you want to promote your business on. Pinterest wants to bring that audience your way. Now, you're probably asking, who am I? Um, my name is Christina. I am a Pinterest strategist and an educator, and I love to deep dive into all things Pinterest. It's my favorite thing. I actually discovered Pinterest after working as an RN for 14 years, and I'm still working as an RN currently right now. Um, I was really wanting to find something that was creative that allowed me to really stretch my own my imagination, and I fell into home decor blogging and loved every aspect of it. But I was trying to bring traffic to my blog, and through my research, Pinterest was the way to do that. So I learned whatever I could learn, tried out a few of the strategies and tactics, and it worked. And ever since then, I've just delved further into Pinterest, and now I help business owners really use this platform to make those connections with their audience. Now, I love to always say to people that I work with, business owners that I consult with, Pinterest is another way to diversify your marketing efforts and to grow your online visibility and reach. This is the platform that you want to be on when you are trying to expand your reach to a new audience. Now, you can do that on, like I said, Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all the other social media outlets, but it's not in a real sustainable way, I find. If you want to build a sustainable business that touches on your missions, your visions, your values, your ethos, Pinterest is the way to go to build that sustainability in your marketing scheme. Now, there are certain goals that I do have for you in this presentation because I really want to show you how Pinterest can grow your business influence, attract your dream audience, grow your business in a way that feels authentic, that you don't have to feel like you're undermining your values, you are chasing after these leads. You have to be on this platform all day, every day, but you want to build, like I said, a sustainable business that's making a positive impact. Now, this 4C framework that I have come up with, it came after working with quite a few business owners who came to me out of frustration, actually, saying, I've tried all these things, I'm reading all these blog posts, I don't get it, I don't understand it, it's so confusing. I said, okay, how can I make it easier for business owners who don't necessarily have the investment to work one-on-one with me? How can I build this framework to make it simple? And this is what I've come up with. You always want to be clear in what you do, who you serve. Okay? You want to be clear knowing your message and your target audience. That's super, super important. When you know your target audience and your message is clear, directed to them, that will help you to find the best marketing strategy that will enable you to be consistent. Now, when you're consistent, you're putting out content at the appropriate times. That will mostly where your audience will most likely engage with you. When you're consistent, this builds your credibility. When you are seen as this credible expert in your niche, people will then reference back to you over and over and over again. They will visit your site, they will download your freebies, and they will convert into paying clients. That's it. It's a simple framework and it works. It works for my own business. It works for my clients' business when I craft strategies for them. This is what I focus on, okay? And I don't want to overcomplicate it for you, because when things are overcomplicated, that's when it's difficult for you to implement it. So if you take my 4C framework and you build it into your business, things will work, and things will work in all marketing schemes that you have. But this is the big thing that I love to focus on when it comes to Pinterest strategies, and Pinterest marketing. And I love to always ask questions like, do you feel that your business targets this framework? Many times people will say, of course, my business is clear and I know who exactly I'm serving, and my message is clear. And that's true. Many business owners know their target audience, so they're clear, and many business owners are credible in their niche, so they are seen as an expert. But where I find business owners have a huge difficulty is being consistent and knowing how to convert their audience. Those are the big two that is challenging. And having the appropriate systems in place will help you. And that's what I want to focus on with this presentation. I'm going to touch on that. But if you're at any point where you feel like you aren't sure if your business is touching on those aspects, don't worry. I'm going to, like I said, show you the way and show you what to do. But also, you can always feel free to reach out to me and we can work together one-on-one. But what is Pinterest? And I actually had this question from a client after I was working with her for a while. She said, actually, Christina, what is Pinterest? So I'm going to break it down, because if she had that question, I'm sure other people do too. So Pinterest is a visual search engine. It is not like Instagram. It is not like Facebook. It's a search engine. It is equivalent to Google. You go to Google, you type in something in a search bar, and it will give you a predicative text of all these keywords or these appropriate phrases and articles that are matching up to what you're searching for. And Pinterest does the exact same thing. The only difference is, instead of text, you are going to get visuals, which are pins. And these visuals are big, because now you're finding a lot of people are gravitating towards visuals, because not everybody can grasp text well. Some people have, learning disabilities, and when they read text, it gets a little bit confusing for them. So when they see an image, they actually understand things a lot better. So if you are a visual learner, Pinterest is a great platform for you. But it is not a social media outlet. You don't go onto Pinterest necessarily to socialize like you do on Instagram or Facebook. You're going to hear me say that a lot: Instagram, Facebook, because those are the two top contenders. But you don't go on Pinterest to socialize. Okay, but it does attract your right audience your way. Okay, because people are searching for visual key phrases, and if you are ranking high, and if you are optimizing your account accordingly, you are going to rank high. And the best thing that I love about Pinterest is that all brands and businesses can use it. You can use Pinterest if you are a small mom and pop shop, all the way up to large corporations. And guess what? There is no competition. Nobody is striving for the swipe up feature. No one is striving for who can get the most likes. No one is striving for all those aspects when you're on Pinterest because it's not there. It's there, but it's not the main focus. The main focus is engagement. How many people actually come to your website? That's what you want to see those that data analytics for. How many people are actually traveling to your website? And that's just for you personally. It's not for on display for others to see. Oh, I have 10.2K followers. Oh, I have 697 likes on a post. That's not on display for everyone. It is who is coming to your site and who is engaging with your content. So take that pressure off yourself thinking that Pinterest is one of those social media outlets where it's just another form of pressure added to you. No, it's not. And it's so easy, and it's so like you can take a breath knowing that you don't have to feel that way. And I know, because I've been there my own self, small business owners feel that way, that they can't compete with the big corporations. They can't compete with the people who have 1 million followers. So let let it be known that Pinterest is actually an anti-social media outlet. They don't want you to be on the platform forever and ever. The thought is to actually get people off of social media and to start living. So when you find a pin graphic and it speaks to you, if you know it's going to solve your pain point, you click on that graphic. It doesn't keep you on the site. It actually takes you to a person's website. So that is what Pinterest is about. It's trying to get people off of social media and onto another person's site. Now, looking back over the quick timeline of Pinterest, in 2009 it started, 2010 it gained its first 10,000 followers, and then in 2011, just a year later, it ranked within the top 10 social networking sites. That's huge within 1 year. And now, as of today, there's like over about 400 million active users on the platform, and that's probably about a month time. Um, Ever since the pandemic hit, Pinterest has seen a drastic increase with their users and with signups onto their platform. So this just goes to show how important Pinterest is. Like I was just touching on, Pinterest is so powerful. Remember that people are using this platform because they want to discover, they want to be inspired, they want to plan their life, and they want to research new ways on how they can actually, like I said, live a better life, learn a new skill. It's all about that. So this is one of the big areas where Pinterest differentiates itself from Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, all the other social media outlets. Now, bloggers, creators, and businesses in general, I find, are not really utilizing the powerful effects that Pinterest can have. I see it all the time, and it's mainly because of lack of understanding. But if you are a woman-centric business and you focus on women and you serve them, be on Pinterest, because you will find that there's 70% of women in this audience on Pinterest. They are there. They are searching for hair and beauty, inspiration. They are searching for ways that they could, prepare healthy meals for their family. Women are the heavy hitters on Pinterest, but men are the fastest growing demographic. There's like 1/3 of men out of the 400 million users that are on the platform. 1/3 are men, and they are signing up all the time for Pinterest and to use it for their business or even for their own personal self. Now, this is a huge, huge demographic that you should still tap into. Even if you are a female business owner, still know that you can find men on this platform. Now, these are some common problems that I find business owners generally say when it comes to Pinterest. They say that they don't have enough time to learn a new platform. They're unsure of how to use it for their business. They're so used to using it personally and now switching it up to using it for business, and the strategy behind that, that's where they find it's very difficult for them. Also, they feel like they're not up to date with the current practices, and they don't think this is huge. They don't think that Pinterest has any real value. These are the common things that I found with a lot of business owners that I've worked with. Now, there are huge opportunities on this platform because when you put a piece of content out into the Pinterest app, people are going to participate with your brand. If they save your content, if they click through to your website, that's them participating with you as a business owner and a brand. You are going to have increased engagement because the more content that you put out into the Pinterest app, the more Pinterest sees that and will say, hey, let me send more people to this person's profile. Or if they type in a certain keyword into the search engine, it's going to preferably rank your content high. This is how you get increased engagement with your content. You're going to get increased site traffic and sales because everything on Pinterest will link back to its original piece of content. And people are going to learn more, or you're going to actually learn more about your customer because when you convert your account to a business account, you are going to get to see further insights into your audience. You're going to find their affinity interests, and based off of those affinity interests, you'll know how to cater your content to suit them. Now, are you still a little bit confused about Pinterest? If you are, I'm still going to give you more tips on how you can move through this feeling and really jump on that bandwagon. These are things that you are going to do if you want to learn how to get started with Pinterest marketing for your business. I want you to convert your account. If you are under a personal account, I want you to convert it to a business account. I touched on it earlier. When you convert your account to a business account, you are actually going to gain certain insights. You're going to gain, this is actually the back end to my Pinterest analytics. You are actually going to gain insight into these affinity interests. And you're going to know what it is that your audience is coming to your account for. So there's so many features that are available to you converting your personal account into a business account. Here are some additional things on how you can get started. You can apply for rich pins. Now, what are rich pins? Rich pins is what helps to connect your content and your website to Pinterest. If you, for example, have a shop and you have content on your shop that you are selling and you have the original price for your content, but let's say you're having a sale, you make that change from your website and you reduce the price. You don't think you think that you would have to jump onto Pinterest to change that price. You don't have to, because the analytics and data and the metadata that has been pulled from the rich pins that you apply for and you link your account to that, it automatically transfers straight over to Pinterest. Genius. Absolutely genius. And it will save tons of business owners so much time, and they don't have to worry thinking, okay, I've changed my price here, I've changed my price here. No, it gives you all the aspects that you need when you're running a business. And rich pins also work really, really good for food bloggers too. You know, you go onto a food blog, a pin, and you see that the ingredient contents right there in that pin. That's also making the pin more rich and bringing more data from the website onto that pin. So if I am at the grocery store and I'm like, oh, that recipe that I found the other day, I want to make it tonight for dinner, I don't have to go log on to the website to go search for that recipe itself. All the information for the ingredients are right there for me. It's going to make my trip a whole lot easier. You also want to optimize your profile and your account. So when you optimize your profile and account, you're going to add keywords. And there's also, that's a big point in getting started, is learning what keywords that you need to use to add to your account. So when somebody types in web designer, preferably your account pops up because you have web designer in your profile name, and you also have web design, which is a keyword, in your profile description. This was what little things like this is what will help to boost your visibility on the Pinterest app. You also want to have a strong content strategy plan, knowing how much pieces of content that you're going to be putting out there, how much fresh pins that you're going to be adding to the Pinterest app daily or even for the week. You want to optimize your website. You want to make sure that you have the pin it button on your website. You want to make sure you have aspects on where you can capture people's email address. These are ways that you optimize your website for a better user experience. And the last thing that I want to also touch on, I kind of jumped on around my points here, but the last thing that I want to tell you about is your pin creation. You want to make sure that you are designing pins that catch your audience's attention, that speaks to their pain points, and that will enable them to click on your pin, click straight through to your website, or to save your content so they can curate their account with your content. You want to make sure that your pin creation is on point. Now, not everybody loves pin creation. Not everyone has that skill or the time, because it does take time. So it's an aspect that I do in my business, but definitely it's something that you can outsource to Pinterest strategists like myself. So I touched on keyword research. This is the main thing that connects your audience to you. Please do your thorough research. And if you have difficulty learning how to do keyword research, I have tons of resources that I can help you with. But keyword research is what is big. This is like your meat and potatoes of your content planning when it comes to Pinterest. It's just the same as when you're planning your blog and you have to find the right keywords for your blog so it can rank high. Same thing. Now, I want you to go into your Pinterest app, and this is how you're going to start to learn how to find your keywords. You're going to go into the Pinterest app. There's the search engine bar. You're going to type in a basic phrase. Could be anything. You could be wedding planning or, newborn photography. I typed in Pinterest strategy. What happens is when you type in this keyword here, you're going to get a predicative text drop down, or some phrases that are commonly searched for in the Pinterest app. Now, this is how you know what your keywords are. So right here, there's Pinterest strategy for business, and Pinterest strategy for bloggers. So now when I go to change up my Pinterest profile account, I would add Pinterest strategist for business owners to my website, to my profile description. I could say I help business owners with Pinterest strategy for bloggers, or something of that nature. You would craft it in a particular way that actually touches on those particular keywords. Now, I will preface this to say that Pinterest is changing the way that you, as a business owner enthusiast, or anyone on the platform, they are changing the way that we do keyword research. Some phrases that you type in, you're no longer going to find this drop down text. I have ways to help you learn that, but for now, you can definitely still find for certain phrases, when you type in anything into the search engine, you will find a predicative drop down, just like here. And these are your keywords. The other thing is when you type in your keyword and you hit enter, you're going to have these what are called tiles. Now, these tiles are further phrases to help niche down your very broad keyword. Now, the very broad keyword here is Pinterest strategy. Now, I want to make it even more niched, so I'm going to click on Pinterest, for bloggers. That will help to niche it down to all the content that people have put out in specific just for bloggers. I could, hit ebook. I could hit 2020. These are ways that you really want to further niche down your very broad keyword, okay? Because long tail keywords, which are adding more of those tiles to your short tail keyword, which is what's in the search engine. Long tail keywords is what rules search engines. So Google loves when you type in, how do I learn how to sew? That's what Google likes, okay? And Pinterest is the exact same. You would type in how to learn how to sew, and then it will show you the best content for that keyword phrase. Now, you want to really execute your plan when it comes to your Pinterest marketing. You want to focus on your visual website content. You want to do the more images that you have and videos you have on your website helps, because it helps to not only keep people onto your site. It helps with your web optimization, but it helps that people can be on your site and actually pin your content directly from your site onto their boards, onto their Pinterest account. You want to leverage your analytics. You want to track your top trending content that's being pinned. When you track that, that will signal to you as a business owner, this is the type of content that's resonating best with my audience. And this is the avenue now that I should probably take when I'm creating more content. Okay, you want to interact with other communities. So you want to follow people in your niche. You want to follow brands. You want to follow businesses. Um, People of inspiration that you know that when you share their content to your account, it's going to complement what you do. So as a Pinterest strategist for my own self, I know that visuals is a huge aspect in what we do. So I would most likely start to follow people that are graphic designers, that are artists, because their visual aspects are huge and complement what I do as a Pinterest strategist. You want to create style boards. You want to focus on trends, trend settings, or seasonal content. So if you are a blogger who blogs about Christmas or Easter or Thanksgiving, you want to make sure you create style boards that are specific for these seasonal trends. And as the seasons start to pick up and get closer to those seasons, so right now, bloggers are starting to put out a lot of content for Christmas, and it sounds crazy, but for Christmas, people are already putting out their content. And as the seasons get closer, you want to start moving your boards up higher onto your account. And as the season passes, you move them lower. Okay? That's just one little strategy trick. You want to promote engagement across all social media platforms. So if you are a business owner, you have an email list. You want to say, hey, email subscribers, follow me on Pinterest. I have lots of inspiration here for you. Make sure you cross promote your channels because this will help. Not everybody will follow you. If they follow you on Instagram, they're not necessarily going to follow you on Pinterest. So you have to put that bug in their ear. You have to make sure that they're aware that you're on this platform so they can travel over to your account and they can follow you. And then definitely, if they follow you already, they're more in tune to save your content. So this is a very quick recap because there's a lot of content that I kind of put out there quickly, but if you want to have more freedom, you want to have more time, you want to be able to travel, do know that Pinterest will help you with that because you don't have to be a slave to the social media channels that you are currently on. When you put your content out into the Pinterest app, it will take care of it for you. It will continue to circulate your content. Yes, you still have to do your work and you still have to create content to put into the Pinterest app, but when you put something out in Pinterest, it lasts forever. One piece of content, one pin can circulate for years and years and years to come and build you that traffic for years and years and years to come. Okay, if that content really speaks to their pain point. You don't have to be on the app all day, every day. You are a human. You are going to have things that happen in your life. You can't be on Instagram all the time. You can't be on Facebook all the time. When you put, let's say, some content out on Pinterest, 5 pieces of content out on Pinterest, it will continue to do the work for you and it will circulate your content to the right audience for you. You don't have to do much work. Okay? And it fills in those gaps that sometimes happens when you are planning other content or you're on other social media channels. If Pinterest fills in those gaps because it's continually working in the background for you on autopilot. I know you want to grow your visibility and your leads without the stress. I'm telling you, the stress is taken off. You don't have to, like I said, feel like you have to be on the platform all the time. It is great for putting out your content and being on autopilot. Okay, and it helps that you are being seen at the right times to the right people. Because when people start to see your content and recognize your content, they are going to further follow you. They're going to like I said, pin your content, travel to your website. They're going to convert into email subscribers. The sales will come. Okay. The pressure is off. You don't have to feel like you're a slave to build your audience. I know you want a simple solution without adding more to your plate. We are all very busy, like I said. We have families, we have other jobs. You just have other family or life commitments. Pinterest doesn't add more to your plate. If I'm starting out on Instagram to feed that algorithm, I truly have to be on that platform all the time, posting 8 to 10 stories a day. Okay, when you put content out into the Pinterest app, and you could even schedule it out in the Pinterest native scheduler, which is right built into Pinterest itself. Once you schedule your content, don't even worry about it for 2 weeks, because it will just circulate your content for you. When it knows your audience is on, it will put the content out for you. Who doesn't want that? There's no pressure. This is a simple solution, and it lessens the workload for you. I know you felt overwhelmed and stressed, because I've been there too, and I know you're ready for a change. And that's what happened to me. I was ready for a change. I was burnt out being on Instagram all the time, showing all the things, doing all the things. When I discovered Pinterest, it was like my dream. And I have not looked back since. So I know you're at the same point as me as a business owner, and this is going to help you so much. I got you. I've honestly helped so many business owners. I've helped entrepreneurs and coaches and interior stylists, designers and hairstylists and professional organizers and bloggers really use Pinterest as a powerful platform to target to their audience, to target their niche, and to build those connections, fill in those gaps for them where they can't always be on the social media channels, and really work in the background for them. It's the best feeling knowing that a piece of content that you put out there to generate a lead for you, and you're getting automatic notifications that you have email subscribers. You get automatic notifications that somebody bought your content. This is what you want. This is what you want, and Pinterest does it for you all the time, all day, every day. So, in conclusion, I hope I've shown you how Pinterest can really help your business. This is a ton of information that I packed in this presentation. It's so difficult to really touch on everything and the real solid strategies, but I hope this presentation showed you how your business can be influenced in the right ways so your awareness can be shown to your audience on Pinterest. You can be seen as an expert, you can attract your audience, you can build those connections, you can grow in an authentic way. You don't have to feel like you have to be somebody else, you have to do something that someone else is doing just so you can grow a thriving business and make a positive impact. Pinterest allows you to take that stress off of yourself. You can breathe, you can do other things. You don't have to be a slave to the social media app at all. So this is in conclusion. I really hope I touched on those details for you, but these are the avenues that you can find me. I'm always on Instagram at Cultivation Lounge. I have a Facebook group. You can find me at West of 100 Interiors. My Pinterest, of course, you are going to find my content there at West of 100 Interiors, and my website, westof100interiors.com. So once again, I just want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here, learning Pinterest marketing strategies on how to get started, make those connections, and generate leads like a boss. So if you really want to find out more information about me and my services, check me out on my website. Like I mentioned, my website is here. Send me an email. Send me a DM on Instagram. I will always respond. The channels are open. I would love to help you as a business owner. I have great services that I can offer to you that will help your business up level and really generate your grow your reach and generate those leads that you are wanting. So any questions that you have for me, you can definitely hop into the Q&A session, or like I said, if you don't want to necessarily answer in the Q&A session, feel free to email me, and I would love to connect with you further.